Hello and welcome to a very special edition of Access Granted from the top of a rooftop hotel bar in Los Angeles.
Yeah, how cool is
you
that?
can see it's very sunny. And also, this is the first Access Granted as a channel with 1 million subscribers. Yeah! And as a special treat, you get the cooler half of Access on this Access Granted.
Yeah,
Don't tell Nathan Dave. So I'm Rob, this is Hollie, obviously.
Hey guys!
Thanks for joining us. We're here for a special Final Fantasy event, which you'll be able to see in some other videos on the channel, so we're not going to talk about that too much. But yeah, this is a special one-off Access Granted Spectacular, but we've still got all the cool things. We've got Gaming Confessions, we've got 301 Club, we did like a special Ask You and I Anything on Twitter as well.
So Q&A.
Yeah, let's get stuck in. What's first on the agenda?
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Gaming
ready.
Confessions.
Gaming Confessions. There's not a theme tune for it yet.
There is, I thought.
Is there?
I thought Nathan. Yeah, Jackson did a thing.
If there is a theme tune, it's
Play
going
it
in
now.
I did one of my gaming confessions when I made my Gaming Confessions debut, Hollie. So I guess before we leap into this properly, are there any gaming confessions that you can think of for yourself? Some naughty things you've done in the past, maybe some things you've lied about in games.
No. So when I was a midwife, I used to live in like nursing accommodation next door to the hospital. So on a night shift, they'd be like, "All right, Bennett, it's your hour's sleep break. Go and have a lie down."
1 hour sleep break.
Yeah, I know. I used to do a 12-hour shift. And, right, go over your sleep break. But I wouldn't go to sleep. I'd run back to the accommodation next door and play Mass Effect 2 for an hour.
So you just pull massive all-nighters through your...
pull massive all-nighters during these night shifts on labour ward.
And then go back to delivering babies.
And then go back to delivering babies. But I used to leg it back through the hospital to get as much gaming time in as possible before I had to then go back to work. That's really bad. That's a real addiction.
It's not a gaming confession. That's more of a medical midwifery confession, that, isn't it?
Okay.
No, but that's good.
I remember playing Assassin's Creed 2, and I was like, oh, there's blood on my controller, and then I must have been climbing so high in the game that I had a nosebleed in real life.
Wow. How weird is that? That is amazing.
I am a marvel of Western medicine.
That is some immersive gameplay there. So anyway, what confessions do we have from our adoring commenters?
Right, first of all three of you don't have avatars, so you should get avatars. Reese Matt says, gaming confession, I have used lines out of a video game to chat up women. But he didn't say what any of them was, so I'm calling you out because that doesn't count if you actually tell us which ones you've used.
Tell us what gaming lines you used.
Would you kindly? Oh. Sorry. Fine, shut.
So next up,
what else have we got? I have Liam Evans. He says, accidentally saved over my brother's Metal Gear Solid 2 save on PS2. Panicked, deleted every file on the memory card, and he still thinks that it corrupted. Sorry, bro. Now, I like this one because whenever anyone does a confession about deleting a save, everyone's like, oh my god, that's such a dick move, you can't do that. But this guy did it accidentally and then panicked so much he deleted everything.
So he didn't want to admit to deleting the Metal Gear, so in fact he deleted everything and lived a lie. Blamed it on the memory card.
And lived a lie. Still living a lie. Still living a lie.
That's one of the worst ones I've ever heard, I think.
That's panic mode, right? You've panicked so much about what you've done that you've just gone, I'm just going to set everything on fire and hope that no one notices.
I love gaming confessions. That's dark. What have we got next?
Okay, this is probably my favourite one, and it's Final Fantasy themed because we're here for Final Fantasy.
Yes.
So Cloud says, my ringtone for text messages is the Chocobo walk, and it's like a quack.
Which one?
It depends on which game. It's the Chocobo noise, and when people don't know what it is, he tells them it's a rare Japanese bird call. One time he was in front of a bird watcher and he had to pretend that he didn't know the name of the Japanese rare bird for a solid 30 or 40 minutes while everybody was looking through their phones trying to find it.
So you're too ashamed to admit that you have a Chocobo call as your ringtone?
That's cool!
And instead you decided to say you're a purveyor of rare birds' noises.
Japanese birds, very specific.
And that's equally as nerdy, isn't it, as having a Final Fantasy sound as your ringtone? Why don't you just admit to having a Final Fantasy sound as your ringtone? It's like having the codec ping noise as your ringtone, isn't it?
I have the Metal Gear ring. That's mine. And then after like 15 seconds, it stops and you just hear snake, snake, snake.
You better answer those text messages
Which
quickly.
really panics my mother.
Okay.
But those are my gaming confessions. I thought they were quite good.
That was a really good gaming confessions. Please do keep sending in your gaming confessions. Those were really good this week.
I liked
enjoyed those. So next up, we've got Ask Rob and Hollie. So during the flight over here,
10 hours.
because I think this is the first time you and I have ever done Access Granted together.
We did last time we went away together on a press trip. New York. We were at NBA 2K.
Oh, yeah.
And we did Gaming Confessions then. Not Gaming Confessions, Access Granted then together.
But anyway.
So now we're back.
So we were doing it like a special Ask Us Anything thing.
Yes.
So you've picked out some interesting questions, and we're gonna fire away on these.
Okay, so I'm going to read them by your actual name that you use on Twitter, not your @, but it'll come up on screen, so you'll be fine. Walter Covey, what's your favourite RPG and why?
Now, I thought, because my favourite RPG is Final Fantasy VII, that's quite an obvious, boring answer. I thought I would do my favourite RPGs across all 4 generations of PlayStation.
Oh, no, I like that.
So, Final Fantasy VII for PS1, because it's just an incredible story, and I remember getting lost in that over the summer of 1998 or 9?
9 for us. I think it maybe might have been 8 in Japan.
97 it was released. But one of those summers when I was a kid anyway, I just played that all summer long. Didn't go out to play with any of my friends. It was amazing. It's the best summer ever. PS2.
Such a happy person. Such a happy
PS2 is a lot on PS2, but I'm going to go with Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King.
I think we're going Dark Cloud.
Dark Chronicles really close. Kingdom Hearts is really close.
Oh god, Kingdom Hearts is PS2.
Yeah, but Dragon Quest VIII was amazing. It's level 5, kind of beautifully traditional Japanese role-playing game, but so brilliantly designed. And Akira Toriyama, the artist from Dragon Ball Z, did all the character designs and monster designs.
That's how I found Dragon Quest as a kid. Because I was really into DBZ.
Yeah.
And when I started looking online, I realised that same artist did other stuff, and that's how I got into Dragon Quest.
And also, PS3, I'd go Skyrim. I know you're more of a Dragon Age fan, but I love the Elder Scrolls.
You've gone Western. I would have kept it JRPG rather than RPG and gone Ni no Kuni.
Ni no Kuni's a good shout.
If you're going to go JRPG,
but it's too similar
to
Dragon Quest. And Skyrim for me was just... Oblivion also was my first Elder Scrolls game, and that absolutely blew me away, but Skyrim just made
I'd go Mass Effect,
everything
probably
better.
over Dragon Age, if we're going to go Western RPGs.
It's close, isn't it? So you've gone Mass Effect.
I'll probably go... even though I'm a massive fan of Alistair, I'd go Mass Effect as the all-round. But if it's going to keep it JRPG, I'd probably say Ni no Kuni was special.
Yeah, if we're going JRPG, it's definitely Ni no Kuni on PS3 for me. PS4, I can't look past The Witcher 3.
I can't look past The Witcher 3.
But I think my favourite game in all of this generation so far.
I don't know if we're going to count MMORPGs. But Final Fantasy 14, I mean, it's just, I lost my life.
That's an insanely incredible game as well, but Witcher 3 is so well written, such an incredibly beautiful world.
The DLC,
brilliant.
I never really got about DLC.
I'm on it now.
Some of the best I've ever played. I laughed the whole way through it. I want more DLC from them.
It's an excellent game. It's coming. Blood and Wine's coming soon. I can't wait. So, next question.
Okay, this is from... I try to block this guy because he's really offensive. This is from Nathan Dighton, who has the most annoying office habits on Access.
Who has the most annoying office habits on Access? Well, seeing as Nathan's asked that, I would say Nathan's a really noisy eater.
Is he?
Yeah. Like having your lunch
mouth open eating
at your desks. Not necessarily mouth opening, no, he doesn't do that, but he's a really loud cruncher. Really loud cruncher. And if he's got soup, he'll do that noise. Oh. And I've thought about saying, can you stop making that slurping noise, please? But I know if I say that, he'll do it worse.
Yeah, you can't let him know that it upsets you.
Well, he knows now, doesn't he? Actually, he won't watch this, will he? Because he's not in it.
He won't watch it.
So he won't watch this video. That would be what that's what I'd go for, yeah.
No, I don't work in the office with these guys. No, so I work in London, so I'm sure you're all ready to kill each other in that little room.
Yes.
But I like to think they're all the best of friends.
We are,
sure, next from Josh says, if you could make your dream game, what would it be?
Oh my god.
Which is really open because
if
I look at the kind of games I like, it's going to have character creation mode. It'll have the best character creation mode in the world.
Big open world role-playing game.
But story. I want heavy story.
Big story.
Big story. Lots of side quests that are interesting and not fetch quests. No fetch quests.
And a world that you can just exist in after the main story's finished as well.
But it still keeps going, so it's not like you revert back to before you killed the end boss. Like, it would be as though you've killed the end boss.
And I'd like it to be the kind of high fantasy of Tolkien as well. Like, Witcher 3 is a nice fantasy RPG, but it's too gritty and real for my ideal tastes. What I love, I'm a massive Tolkien nerd, so if it's really, really high fantasy, like it's that bit in The Witcher 3, sort of spoilers if you've not finished The Witcher 3, where you go to, I can't remember the character's name, but the elf guy near the end.
Yes.
Avalok.
Yeah.
He takes you to that other world. You go through these other worlds, don't you?
Oh, yeah, and it's like with all the snow and...
You eventually find yourself in that elven city.
Yeah, which is...
It looks amazing.
Which I wanted to explore.
I looked out at the horizon and I thought, this looks incredible. I would love The Witcher 3 set in that world.
Just to be like...
So that would be my ideal
I like the slightly more sci-fi, even though I love that fantasy stuff. Like Final Fantasy VIII, where it had kind of like the beautiful worlds, but it still had that kind of science to it. I like that. So I'd probably go more Mass Effect than Dragon Age.
Okay, next question.
Matt Tweedle. Can you tell an embarrassing story about one another?
Okay, we talked about this, didn't we, before?
Yeah.
You've got lots of embarrassing stories.
Yeah, you're really good.
The only thing I can think of for you is the time. It's embarrassing for all of us, not just for you. It's the time we first met at Gamescom.
Wasn't special, was it?
You've already talked about it in one of our Q&A videos.
Yes.
But we can go over it.
We probably should.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
Hollie wasn't working for us at the time, or with us. Hollie was working for Namco Bandai.
Yeah.
On PR, and we had an appointment to see. I think it was Star Trek at 10 a.m. But for some reason, and it's actually my fault, I was convinced it was 10:30. So we all were like, okay. It was day 3 of Gamescom, so everyone's really tired and annoyed.
Even I was so tired.
So we were coming down the escalators. Hey, we're on time. It's 10:30, and Hollie was there, and she's like, "Guys, you missed your appointment. You've missed your appointment. I had this appointment done for you, and you've missed it." And I thought she was joking. I was like, "Ha lol, lol, lol. You're joking, Hollie." And Hollie's face didn't change. Hollie's face stayed. You're late. And eventually we were kind of, it's that one there. It's making me scared already. And Nathan, being the crabby man that he is,
was being too old for this.
Whatever. And there's a little bit of grandstanding, a little standoff, and then we just walked away sad.
Nathan walked away actually, and you followed. Jackson looked like he wanted to cry.
And Dave and I were just like,
right.
Are we doing the interview? And then we just kind of followed Nathan out.
We came back and we had a hug.
Yeah.
And now I work with you.
And then it was all fine. And now we're all the best of friends.
And everyone knows I can get a little bit scary if I need to.
Yes, very scary. So that's the sort of embarrassing story about Hollie. You've got your pick.
I have several for Rob. So this one, if you've seen the videos, I think it was E3, and you and Jackson flew out early. And me and Nathan joined you a day later. Was it Gamescom?
That was Gamescom.
Gamescom, right. So it was Gamescom. So Rob and Dave had gone early to go see Mafia.
That's right.
And as a bit of a treat, the PRs had taken them to this fancy place, and they gave them all cigars. And Rob had never smoked a cigar before, and I was just going over this. Rob is an adult, and Rob is allowed to smoke cigars. So Rob, being an absolute player, has all these pictures of him smoking a cigar. There's smoke everywhere. Player, please. So look how cool I am.
I thought
so cool.
I was a real Mafia man in the bar.
So these pictures look amazing.
Yeah.
Rob, however, smoked the entire cigar in one go.
Well, I didn't know, in my defence, that anything would happen. I didn't know anything about cigars. I never had a cigar before. I just thought I was being really cool, smoking a cigar.
So next thing, Rob then has a complete almost white out, green out. Rob is then, there's a picture that Jackson took of Rob in the corner, both access microphones like this, heaving.
I wasn't heaving.
While Dave then gets the PR to rearrange the schedule so that Access can go last in a hope that Rob might be able to breathe again and can actually host an interview.
I got it done though, didn't I?
You did get it done.
You can see that interview on the channel. Search for Mafia 3 interview on our channel, and there's the interview I did with the game director. We were sitting in a dark room on nice leather chairs, and you're seeing me minutes after I just collected myself enough to be able to conduct an interview. It was very embarrassing. I was very embarrassed.
Good.
It's a very unprofessional thing to do. But
it was a mistake. No, you didn't smoke it because that was what you wanted.
They gave us the cigar. Anyway,
smoke a cigar in one go.
I've learned my lesson. You don't smoke a cigar in one go. You shouldn't smoke anyway, really.
There we go. Stay in school, kids.
Just drink lovely fizzy drinks.
Yeah. Gustav 101 says, what is a video game that changed your life?
I'm going to say Final Fantasy 13 for a very specific reason, and that is the game that has eventually led up to me being here today.
Aww.
So when Final Fantasy 13 came out, personally it wasn't my favourite of the Final Fantasy series, so I wrote a review on it, and my girlfriend at the time said, you want to work in games, just send that review into some magazines and stuff, see what they think. So I sent the review into OPM, Official PlayStation Magazine, and Nathan was reviews editor of Official PlayStation Magazine at the time, and he liked the review, and on the back of it I got some work experience at Official PlayStation Magazine, then eventually did some freelance work on Official PlayStation Magazine. Then when Access came around, I ended up getting a job in Access, and here I am. All because I didn't really like Final Fantasy 13 that much.
You're such a happy person. All your good stories are such happy stories.
Yeah.
I don't really have one. I don't know.
The game that changed your life.
It hasn't. I've had games that have changed the direction of my life. Like, Final Fantasy VIII was the game that turned me into a kid who was just lucky enough to have video games to someone who was really in love and wanted to go into that hobby as a complete passion.
Then if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't be probably here today, would you?
No, I really wouldn't be.
So it has changed your life, Final
Fantasy.
VIII.
Yeah, I say Final Fantasy VIII.
Final Fantasy has changed both of our lives. We're here now seeing Final Fantasy 15 in LA. It's great.
Moving on. Ixay? Something like that. I'm really sorry.
Let me see.
You sent quite a few questions, actually. This is more Final Fantasy stuff. It's very Final Fantasy themed.
Akiza.
You're going to go with that. We're going to go with Akiza. In which order have Hollie and Rob played the Final Fantasy games? Which of you have played the most?
Okay, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I went 8, 7, 9, 10, 10, 2, 12, 13, 13, 2, Lightning Returns, 6, 14, and I guess it will be 15.
Okay, I went 7, 8, 9, 6, 1, 2, because I got Final Fantasy Anthology, 4, 5, 3, no, 10, then 3, then 10, 2, then 12, then 13, then 14. I didn't play any of the 13 sequels.
Did you not?
Nope.
Lightning Returns, genuinely.
I played a bit of Lightning Returns.
It's one of my favourite Final Fantasy games.
Really?
I think it's incredible. I think it absolutely outshines as well the other two that came before it.
Interesting.
Really like Lightning Returns. Lovely battle system. Really nice battle system.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you've played more. I don't go back very well
They're
to old
hard.
games.
I didn't finish all the early ones. I didn't finish 5 and 2. I didn't finish 5 and 2.
4, I didn't finish, so I didn't count it.
4 I did finish.
I didn't finish.
Anyway, that's us nerding out about all the Final Fantasy games we played and in what order.
Okay, Luke says, what games other than Metal Gear and Final Fantasy are your favourites?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Well, me and Rob are out of games to talk about.
You talk about all the flipping time.
Because those two series alone cover off incredible chunks of what gaming can do.
Okay,
That's why that
let's
works.
each say a game that we wouldn't usually say then. So you're not allowed to say like Mass Effect or Witcher.
What?
Because they're asking for games we don't usually talk about.
I'm a massive fan of Hokum. I play it a lot, actually. Cool. I'm trying to think of things that are a bit different.
Yeah.
I'm massively in love with BioShock, the first one. I still think that's one of the most incredible titles I'd ever played. This is really difficult, actually. I'm trying to go back in my head through all the games that I love that never got sequels that I sort of wish I'd been able to play again. There's loads of little RPGs. Kadelka was incredible.
Kadelka, that's ages ago.
Yeah.
PS1.
PS1 back when you based on how good an RPG was by how many discs it had.
Yep.
And that had 3, so it must have been good.
The Legend of Dragoon was an amazing RPG on PS1.
Nier, and Nier's coming back.
Nier, yeah. Also, Yakuza, the Yakuza series.
I haven't played one yet.
Good.
I haven't played one yet, and now I think 0 has finally been announced for actually coming to the West.
I played.
It's super hype.
Yeah, the first Yakuza game I played was Yakuza 4 on PS3, and it's brilliant.
Is it?
It's really
genuinely,
funny.
I feel like I'm missing something.
You are really funny, really well done, really immersive as well. Quite a small open world, but so dense and packed with detail.
So, I like that. I don't necessarily need a massive open world if the open world you present is like really detailed.
It's quite, in terms of its tone, fairly similar to Metal Gear in that it deals with a lot of serious things, but in a very wacky Japanese and humorous way. So that's what I would go for.
That's quite interesting. Right. Kathy Orr, how did you get into video games journalism? But I'm going to caveat that with that we're not now. I'm definitely not a journalist. So.
No, we're technically not journalists now.
But how do we get into?
I've already told my story.
You've beat this.
Yeah.
I literally I did some stuff for a website on the side, like a website called Destructoid.com. And like I was a community member, and I started arranging meets for the people.
A website called Destructoid, as if anyone hasn't heard of Destructoid.
I don't know. I was there from when it was really, really small. And I just started running like meetups for the other UK people because it was an American site, and then we did so many meetups. They were just like, well, you should probably just call yourself the community manager because that's what you do. Like, oh, okay. And I was doing some video stuff for them. I had a podcast and a little bit of blogging, and then I met the European Vice President of Bandai Namco, gave him my Destructoid business card, and just said, if anything comes up, please consider me. I really want to make my career. I want to leave midwifery. I want to make my career in video games. They gave me a phone call. Went for coffee, and then I woke up with a job offer in my inbox.
Sweet.
And then that was my first job, and then I moved to PlayStation to do Access.
That's the dream.
I did it.
So.
Right, next. Alan, do you pour milk before or after you pour cereal? That's important.
After?
I don't like milk, so I just eat the cereal from the box.
Definitely after.
They've got the skills to know when it's time to watch our next video. They're the ones we love. 301 Club. Better than the comments above. 301.
Okay, so for 301 Club, because we're in America, we decided to do. Well, it's based on the comment.
Yeah.
So let's just announce the winner of 301.
Okay, so we've got to be really quick.
Yeah.
So the winner of 301 Club is Alan E. McAdams.
And what has he commented?
Okay, a rare 301 Club appearance. Not sure if I qualify as king, since we're in the good old US of A, who threw off the shackles of monarchy.
They did.
But maybe he can be 301 Club president.
And we thought because we're in the Americans,
you can
the
be
Americas in America.
You can be 301 Club president.
301 Club president.
Ta-da!
We've got a 301 Club president today. So there we are. That is the end of our Access Granted LA Rooftop special. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks so much for putting your questions in and your gaming confessions. Please do keep sending us your gaming confessions because they are great fun.
They really are,
Keep commenting, keep trying to get in that special 301 Club. And look out for our Final Fantasy 15 videos that, if they're not on the channel now, will be on there very, very soon.
Fingers crossed.
And yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.